Well, hello there. How's it going, everybody? This is Ali from the AI Enthusiast. So, in today's video, we're actually going to learn to program. I know, all of a sudden, right? So, this is a very important video series because it talks about the fundamentals of AI, not from the math or any of the machine learning theory perspective, just having a competence in programming. And it's very important. So you can see here, I'm going to just define programming for you and we'll get started. So programming is the process of designing, writing, testing, and maintaining, you guessed it, computer programs. And it involves creating a set of instructions or algorithms that tell a computer what to do in order to perform a specific task to solve a problem, yada, yada, yada. So an algorithm really, guys, this word right here is just a sequence of steps. That's all it is. It's just like a recipe. Just like you have a cooking recipe, you got a recipe of instructions really to tell the computer to do something cool. So, you're like, okay, well, Ali, we got AI coming, ChatGPT. Why do we need to do this stuff anymore? Why can't just, ChatGPT or the next best model, do it? Well, I mean, that's a good point, but I think we should be a little bit more cautious with just letting machines, just code for us. You know what I mean? Actually, boom. One does not simply program with AI. The point is, guys, yeah, just like a calculator is very important, but a human brain still needs to do arithmetic, right? The same kind of concept here is very, very, it just applies, right? You do need to know how to program. You need to know how the building blocks of AI work so that you can be empowered in the 21st century, right? As AI progresses, it's just that much more important to program, guys. And you're like, okay, well, Ali, okay, teach me. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
But, where do we start and how do we do this, right? And I just got one word for you, all right? One word, and it's called Python. Python. That's right, people. Python. So what is Python? Well, Python is a programming language. And I can go through the details of this, but basically it's a way to talk to the computer, guys. Just like you can talk to like a human being, right? Using English, Spanish, any language you want, as long as you know it and they can understand it, they will hopefully be able to have a good conversation with you, right? And it's kind of like that. When you're talking to a computer, you need to talk to it in a language that it understands, guys. And Python is one of those languages. And it's a general purpose language. So it allows you to build like websites. It allows you to build like, data analysis tools. It helps you build artificial intelligence algorithms, which, we're eventually going to get there. But it does so much. And it's a beautiful language. It's very simple. And I like the Pythonic syntax. So just like, you have syntax in like English, you got your punctuation, you got your semicolons, you got your periods, apostrophes, yada, 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 right? You got to have good programming style, essentially. You got to follow the rules. And then on top of that, there's eloquence in how you write code and writing beautiful code versus, not so beautiful code. But for now, guys, hopefully you understand that you need to learn how to program and that, a way to learn to program, like an example language to learn is Python. And if you ask me, it's really like the best language. If you're an accountant, if you're a lawyer, if you're, anything that's not technical, right? You got to learn Python and it's going to pay dividends. You can do so much automation. There's just so much goodness, right? To gain from Python. All right. So now that I've kind of like, sold you on Python. So why learn it? We already kind of talked about it, but here's some cool things that you could do with it, guys. First off, you can understand a couple of geeky jokes. Second off, you can impress your friends by writing code that generates random cat pictures because, who doesn't love cats, right? And then finally, you can create a program to order pizza automatically when you're hungry. That way you can focus on, the important parts of life, like binge watching your favorite TV show. You get what I'm saying. So now, all right, I think at this point you're just like begging me like, hey, Ali, how do we code it? Well, I can show you guys. Remember the video I made about Google Colab, guys? Well, this is a Google Colab notebook, right? And here's this cool thing, right? So how do we get started? I'm just going to hover here. See that guy's right there? That's text. That's all this stuff that you're seeing. But this is code. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this guy. And bam, I got myself a Python interpreter, right? I can basically run Python commands and I can talk to the computer. In other videos, guys, we'll go over like how you set up Python on your machine and all of that. But right now, I just want to distill it down to the very basics and the core essentials, right? And that is just learning the language of Python. Here you have a machine that, that is going to listen to you as long as you speak to it in Python. So the first thing I'm going to tell it to do, I'm going to say like there's this thing we do in programming. It's called Hello World. Basically, it's like you're making a statement. You're like, watch out, world. I'm here and I'm ready to do some cool stuff, right? And that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to tell the computer to print, just like we have print, we have a lot of stuff that I've typed in here. Like I actually, you can just type stuff or whatever. And then, that's text. I'm going to tell the computer to type something. I'm going to tell it to type something to the screen. I'm going to use something called print. Print is saying, hey, whatever inside of these parentheses, print it. So I'm just going to say, hello world, watch out. So I'm just going to do hello world because that's kind of like every time you learn something in programming, you just kind of do a hello world application and you press shift enter, guys. And voila, it's thinking. It's actually on the right hand side. It's going to initialize the computer for us. And voila, it actually printed hello world, guys. That's crazy. Now you're like, well, Ali, that's great. That's like nothing. Well, don't worry, guys. Crawl, walk, run, right? A journey of 10,000 steps or 10,000 miles. It starts with a single step, right? And so we just took our step. And how hard was that really, right? You just told the computer, hey, print hello world. Well, I want you guys, now you can add your name. I can just say, hello world, this is Ali. And I can just press enter again. And voila, it'll say that. Now, what if I wanted to say it like 5 times? Well, I could just copy paste 5 times, Control C and then Control V, and then I just did it 4 times, and now I have 5 lines. So guess what, guys? I told it to print 5 times. And oh my gosh, look at that. We got 5 lines of just print statements. Now, that sounds kind of stupid, right? Like, why can't you tell the computer to just print it 5 times? We'll get into that. We'll get into loops, but you'll see how like dumb computers really are. You really do need to tell them like every single little thing. And that's why when we talk about artificial intelligence, it's such a cool field because, computers, they don't need our hand holding anymore, or they're starting to kind of be like that, right? For several years now. So we're gonna take our time. We're gonna learn the basics. We're gonna learn the fundamentals of programming, of Python, and then from there, the sky's the limit, guys. You go as far as you want to go. And this channel here, we're here to spread the love. We're here to basically educate you about Python, and then there's a separate series that's going to be talking more about machine learning, artificial intelligence. I'm going to cover the math. I'm hopefully not going to be a boring math teacher. We're going to cover that. Then we're going to cover really cool, exciting applications, and we'll take it from there. So thanks again, guys. Take care. I know this one was a little bit longer, but these Python programming tutorials are going to be a little bit longer, but bear with me. Hopefully I'll make it entertaining and fun. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. Anyways, take care and have a good one, guys.